It is Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, and another volatile day in the market. So we had the early morning hours where my account was up. By the way, my account value is going to be down about 3 grand automatically just because I did make another withdrawal. I need to slow down on the withdrawals, but my account was up 2% in the early morning hours, but then it was down 2.5% at market open before swinging back up to 180K. So slightly in the green, but now it's finishing down 1.7% at 175K. Now, if I didn't make the withdrawal, it would be 178, but it is what it is. Once again, another volatile day in the markets. But I did go ahead and close my Palantir covered call just for an easy $40. Now, when it comes to some top movers, once again, Circle, man. Every time I look at Circle, I just regret selling it. If I would have held all my shares, I would be up 100% right now. But I just wanted to take my quick gains, and I mean that is the responsible thing to do when you're trading on margin. Just take the quick and easy gain. I took my cash secured put option premium income, and I called it a day. But hey, every time I see Circle, I still have that thought going through my head. It did hit 120, and then I bought it, at around $60, so it'd be almost 100%. But it is what it is. I still think crypto is going to creep out of this winter, this bear market, maybe later half of this year. So at least I have some shares. But of course, we have Honest, still in the $2 range. Very volatile, of course. It's a penny stock. But Palantir going back down to 150. So I did go ahead and close my covered call for an easy $40. We got my Nike cash secured put that looks like it's going to assign this month. So unless I roll it out for like maybe another $20 or so, I'll end up owning another 100 shares of Nike. I'm still debating whether or not I want to roll it out because maybe the interest savings is worth holding on to it and rolling it out, but I'll just have to take a look at it. But of course, we also have my big boy American Express cash secured put, very volatile. Once again, it was at 1100, and then went all the way down below 900 before swinging back up. So I'm basically break even on it. But this one, it's an easier rollout if I want to, unless I just want to own the 100 shares, or if it stays above 300, it'll just expire worthless. So I think I'm in a good position with this Nike cash secured put. If I end up rolling it out, I think I'll pull another $1,000 of collateral out and collect like almost $200 in premiums. So I also might consider that. And then just take the premiums, dump it right back into American Express stock, maybe. I don't know yet. There's a lot of options here, no pun intended. But of course, we have crypto, another volatile day for crypto. And of course, we've got my top 10 holdings here. Basically all red. I don't think I can see anything green. Let's see. My total return here. As you guys can see, Palantir and Robinhood are my big boy winners. Percentage change wise, both of these were at like 1,200% at one point, or 1,100%. But this bear market that we're in certain sectors, bear market in certain sectors that we're in, did take down my total returns just slightly, but it is what it is. So these are my updated transactions. Of course, I have my Palantir covered call that I closed out here. It's about $40 of profit. And then, of course, I have all of my dividends that are upcoming. So it looks like the end of this month and the beginning of next month is going to be a good time for dividends. When it comes to my secondary account, I did make a one share purchase of this very small energy play. It's another one that's similar to REPX. But REPX, I think, is a lot more in the south, like around Texas, Oklahoma, whatnot. While NOG, they do a lot more business in like Minnesota, up in the north. So it's another like oil play, small cap, very risky. But fundamentally, they look okay. And I decided to take the opportunity while a lot of oil stocks are taking a hit today because of Trump saying that this conflict going on, this tension is going to cool off. or come to an end. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to believe at this point. I'm just gonna see something that I like and then just put a little bit of money into it. So that's what I did here. And then, of course, in my very small Roth IRA, just made very small plays. I sold out of Toyota completely just because I had a fractional share, and then I put that into Melly, bought another fractional share of that, and then another fractional share of American Express. I want to build up Reddit as well in my second account, and also my Roth IRA, but also maybe even my primary account, my big boy account. I could definitely see myself buying some Reddit. And in fact, on a day like today where Reddit is down 3.5%, why don't we just go ahead and get it over with? So as you guys can see, it's just a small buy, 2 shares in my main portfolio. And there we go. So there it is, my small buy of Reddit in my main portfolio. Now we're going to take a look at some X posts I quickly wanted to go over, but we have the finance YouTuber OG himself, Jeremy, giving me a little shout out. I did put $2 on his most recent video, and I just made a funny little comment, a ramen noodle for Jeremy. I think he mentioned something in the video about ramen noodles, so I just thought it'd be funny if I donated $2 and said this is a little ramen noodle. But he gave me a little shout out, so I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I didn't get any followers or any subscribers from that, but it is cool to get a shout out from the OG of finance YouTube himself. But we also have this post that I want to go over. I did post this 4 days ago, but I forgot to go over it, so I'm just going to do that now. But Nike, it seemed like they were promoting to Robinhood investors because, it could just be a coincidence, right? I'm not saying Nike and Robinhood are working together, but I have noticed Vlad wearing a lot of Nikes, right? And a long time ago during I think it was 2024 Hood Summit, the only one that I was invited to, by the way, Robinhood. But the Robinhood Summit that I was invited to, they had a custom-made SIBO Nike dunks, right? Custom made SIBO Nike dunks. And of course, like I said, Vlad has been seen wearing Nikes numerous times, but also on the Nike app, when Robinhood announced their merch store, Nike started rolling out these neon Air Maxes, right? And not just neon Air Maxes, but they started rolling out like lots of promotions for their socks, other neon green shoes, like this shirt, the hat, right? Other shoes that are also neon green. So I've been seeing like this heavy promotion of like this neon green theme. And also recently, yesterday at the mall, I noticed that Foot Locker had a huge display of neon green Nikes, right? It's just all neon green and all Nikes. So I just thought the timing was kind of interesting, right? Robinhood drops their merch store, and then Nike starts rolling out this heavy promotions into neon green stuff. I just thought it was kind of interesting and kind of a coincidence, right? But I did also, during that promotion, buy myself some neon green Nike shoes to match my Robinhood merch that I did purchase a few days ago. So the Nikes came in first, obviously, but once the Robinhood merch comes in, I'm going to be rocking that on the overnight sessions for you guys that only get like 20 views. But there are some other posts that I want to go over. Is this one from GameStop. So I've gone over GameStop a couple times in the past. Technically they look decent. They've been consolidating for a very long time, but also like fundamentally, I think their balance sheet is in a really good place, and they've been talking about making an acquisition and whatnot. But I've noticed on their X account, their marketing is really good. It seems like they really understand X and how to go viral because they post like hilarious stuff all the time. And obviously, I'm not saying, GameStop is the greatest stock to buy right now or whatever, but I'm just, making observations, right? Like this one right here, they're doing like a Mario promotion. You have to dress up like Mario and go to GameStop, right? That's a fun little promotion. But they've also been playing with some Modern Warfare 2 nostalgia, right? Which is good marketing, of course. And I really like this one. The 1v1s on Rust are back. Like stuff like this, it's just funny marketing. And I remember this post right here back in February. I don't think this is real, but it was just a picture of a pizza on the pre-owned section of GameStop, which is pretty funny. So I think their marketing team is doing a great job. Now, I've also been seeing some posts on X surrounding this whole situation in the Middle East, which is why I think right now, when oil stocks are cooling off, it might be a good time for me to scoop up a little bit more. Just because, I think Polymarket, their odds of boots on the ground or draft, whichever one it was, the odds of that was like 60 or 61%, which is crazy. But also, according to Zero Hedge here, Iran's parliament is saying we're not seeking a ceasefire. So it doesn't seem like this is de-escalating. But the oil market and oil stocks, and of course Palantir, they're trading like de-escalation is already here. So I just thought this was a funny little gift to put alongside it. But I mean, it is a serious situation. And of course, relating to this conflict in the Middle East, we have Bloomberg post here saying that oil has become the momentum trade of choice on Hyperliquid, the crypto exchange fast emerging as a round-the-clock venue for leveraged commodity bets. So it seems like a hype is pretty popular with commodity traders because it's on the blockchain. There's not going to be any like shutdowns from traditional brokers or whatever it is that people are afraid of. So I've just started getting into hype. I'm not a crypto guru at all, but I might be interested in some more hype. I mean, I only have a fractional share right now, but definitely, or if this starts to take off, I'm going to be interested. Now I'm just going to quickly go over some comments from my OG supporters. We got one from T, who was my very first Ethereum supporter. So he's saying, see you added some ADA and branching out with the crypto. Love to see it. And of course, I mean, right now, crypto fear is at, I don't want to say all-time high because I don't know. I just started, recently investing into crypto, but I think right now sentiment in crypto is at an all-time low. People are clowning crypto on X, saying, I don't even want to repeat some of the jokes, to be honest with you. But during a time where people are either not talking about crypto or they just hate on it and they're scared to invest in it, I think it's an interesting time for myself to get into it, just because I had like very little crypto to begin with. And even right now, with all the investment that I made into it, it's only 1% of my portfolio. So, I don't think it's, for myself, I don't think it's the worst time to get into it. And then we have my very first Buy Me a Coffee supporter, Tax the Poor himself, the AMD bull himself, saying AMD, as always, that's all he ever comments. But I did see a good setup here on the daily. Because even though there is a gap here down below that I will show you guys, but there was also a gap here above, and it's at the 200 daily. So, this possibility that AMD could go up 10% here. And also my indicator up here is signaling a momentum shift, possible momentum shift. So, it doesn't look like the worst stock here, but there is still this gap here on the weekly. So it could go either way, but it's just something that I wanted to point out for the AMD bull himself, Tax the Poor. So, it could go down, but also there is this gap up here and it's at the 200 daily. So, and like I said, my indicator is showing a possible momentum shift.